Welcome to the Temple of Enki. My name is Max. I am the Temple of Sisymus. I'm an oracle and channeler of Enki and the Anunnaki gods. I'm initiated into Kala Chakra Tantra, Olympian spiritualism, and Anunnaki magic. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the true nature of Lucifer. But before we get into that, make sure you check out the Temple Patreon and the Temple Mystery School in the description below, where you can gain access to exclusive channeled spells that are in star languages that directly impact and activate your subconscious powers. So make sure to check that out. So, Lucifer. Who is Lucifer? Why should you know the true nature of Lucifer? I'll explain. Lucifer is an angel or a demonic figure that has been depicted and described in various traditions, but mainly Christianity and Kabbalah. Okay, so we have the devil figure, the fallen angel, right? And in Kabbalah, he's known as Hillel ben Shahar. He's known as the morning star. So he's often correlated to Venus. But there's so much more to Lucifer and his true nature, his true identity. And I'm speaking here as a magician that's worked with Lucifer and still works with Lucifer very consistently. And the things I've come to learn about Lucifer are very fascinating. Lucifer was an angel and is still an angel that quote unquote fell from heaven into mortal existence, into finite energy. Okay? So he fell as a star, he fell and became a black hole. Essentially, he fell with humanity. So humanity became a black hole. We start to consume living beings. The fabric itself became a black hole. Life started to feed on life. Okay? And we weren't angelic beings anymore. And neither was Lucifer. So Lucifer was in a way a gift to humanity. Lucifer descended into hell, becoming the grand master of hell, taking on all of the sins and learning, dissecting, seeing how to overcome this fallen state. So there's a lot of solar mystery when it comes to Lucifer. He's a very solar entity. He's very light and dark. And in that middle, he becomes this golden angel. He's neither light nor dark. He's neither life nor death. He's in this immortal state. So Lucifer, in his true form, is there to teach people to become eternal, immortal, deified. He's teaching people, souls, to become solar. Okay? So he's teaching souls on Earth and probably other planets as well to become a star. So just as the sun, you will learn to burn in the void of space. Lucifer teaches souls to be self-sustaining, to disregard the illusion, to break the illusion, and to become the star, the sun that you are. Getting into my gnosis a bit, I've actually really dived deep into some of Lucifer's incarnations, and I've seen him incarnate into voodoo cults, witchcraft cults, Babylon, Santeria currents, very vampiric currents that deal with sacrifice, that deal with vampirism, okay? But I've also seen him incarnate into Taoist traditions. He's been Taoist grandmasters before. I've seen him incarnate into more yogic lineages. I've seen him incarnate in Egypt. I've seen him incarnate in Greece. I've seen him incarnate pretty much everywhere. Lucifer has definitely left an imprint on every tradition And it's to have an overall understanding of magic. It's to have an overall understanding of spirit, of the universe. So he is the all-seeing eye that sees all and understands all. He's decoding the universe by experiencing duality, light and darkness. And by mastering both, he becomes the solar, eternal angel. So he's teaching people to become gods. Okay? He's teaching people to become gods by entering this golden energy that's beyond duality. Right? That's why the gods, that's why the Olympians, the Egyptian gods have blood of gold, because they're also in this state. And that's why we have Prometheus, right? Prometheus, Azazel, gave humanity the fire of the gods. And he was also punished for it, the same way Lucifer was quote unquote banished, right? We have very similar characters in all these mythologies that are almost identical to Lucifer. And one thing I should note about Lucifer is that in every incarnation, regardless of the tradition, whether he was in a voodoo cult, whether he was a vampire, whether he was a Taoist grandmaster or an immortal, he was always kind of like a black sheep. He never really fit in anywhere. He didn't fit in with the heavens, and nor did he fit in with the hells. So he just didn't fit in anywhere. He tried to be like these different beings to fit in, but no matter how much he tried, there was just more disconnect. So Lucifer, in that sense, is a very unique being. He's not very right-hand path or left-hand path, as most black magicians would claim to be. He is, in my opinion, the god of the middle path. Lucifer is, in a way, the embodiment of that middle path. And that's why he's identified with the dragon. So that's where a lot of the Taoist alchemy will come into play. I think he's much more in tune with Taoist alchemy and Qigong, because these are currents that were heavily influenced by dragons, including Lucifer. And Lucifer, being half angel and half infernal, he's very draconic. The serpentine aspect of the dragon is the demonic aspect, and the wings are the angelic. And it's not just Lucifer that's like that. I know other dragons that are just like that also. They're very, very, very balanced. And that's what the dragons always focus on. It's balance. And same with Lucifer. Very yin and yang. Balance. And that's why we have the Baphomet. The Baphomet is the unification of polarities, of purgatory. So we have the animal nature with the human self. We have the male phallus and the female breasts. We have the goat's head as the inverted pentagram and the upward pentagram as the forehead. We have the fire of Baphomet. We have the fire of the soul above Baphomet's head and the physical animal flesh body. We can see the living depiction of duality in Baphomet, which is an expression of Lucifer. So Lucifer's current is very unique. A lot of people think he's super demonic, which he can be because it's a part of his nature. But he's so much more than that. When I've worked with Lucifer, he's appeared to me as a dragon. He's appeared to me as a Taoist prince, Qigong master. That's usually how he comes across. He comes across as more of a grandmaster. He helps souls graduate from the hells, coming into the heavens, achieving a balanced consciousness. And ultimately, his goal is self-deification and  it's to master the Alpha and the Omega, the right-hand path current and the left-hand path current to unlock the middle path. And we can see this in some of other Lucifer's depictions, such as this one, where he's depicted within the cosmic egg, surrounded by the 12 zodiac. So he is the master of light and darkness. He understands nature, he understands time. And Lucifer is ultimately teaching people to break out of the shackles of the 3D carbon-based matrix. That's where we get the 666, the 6 electron, 6 proton, 6 neutron. The mark of the beast, quote unquote, is breaking out of your terrestrial bondages. And the 666 literally just represents the pairs of the zodiac. We have 12 zodiac, and each zodiac sign has a pair. So there's 6 energies that have to be mastered and balanced. And by channeling this energy, breaking outside of the confines of time and space, we become eternal. We break free from the cycles of reincarnation, of life and death. We become like the gods. And that is why Lucifer went into all of these mystery schools and traditions to really decode and understand reality as a whole. Because there are a lot of traditions that don't see the full picture, especially those that take part in sacrifices, whether it's animal sacrifice or human sacrifice. A lot of these things are unnatural. According to the immortals, according to the gods, these are not practices that give you real salvation or deification. So Lucifer has been it all, done it all, experienced it all to show you how you can evolve in a way that, in a way, fast tracks your ascension and allows you to grow into the solar entity, the solar angel you're designed to be. And bear in mind, he will show up to you in different ways. So if you're someone that's on the left-hand path, you are probably mastering that current. So you'll probably, most likely, encounter more of his left-hand path aspect or his left-hand path face. If you're on the right-hand path, you're mastering that current, you will come across his right-hand path nature. But most often than not, you'll find a very balanced version of him when you summon him, when you work with him, because that's ultimately the goal. He's going to let you make your mistakes. He's going to let you learn for yourself. You know, you have to go through what you need to go through. You know, I've done a lot of things Lucifer does not condone, but he's never judged me for it because he's also done it himself. And he had to do those things to come to that understanding. So, same thing goes for you. Lucifer is not going to judge you when you do something that he doesn't necessarily condone. Even though he doesn't condone it, even though it might be a little taboo, there's still something you're supposed to learn there in that lifetime, in that incarnation, in that time cycle for your soul's evolution. So Lucifer does not judge. He doesn't judge. He's all about looking for the solution, helping you to understand yourself, to see yourself, and to go through the necessary light work and shadow work to integrate your God self. So that is all I have to say regarding Lucifer and his true nature. It is beyond words, but this is the best way I can explain it. He is there to say it as it is. He's there to show you things as they are. It's not necessarily to harm you. It's not necessary, and he's not gonna like just give it to you on a silver platter either. But he does love helping humans. That much I can say. So he's very fair. He's very kind, very compassionate, very wise. And I encourage everyone to work with Lucifer 100%. you will not be disappointed. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. Your comments, your feedback, your questions are always appreciated and welcome in the comment section below. Make sure to check out the Temple Patreon for those exclusive channeled spells. And become a patron today if you want to request spells from the spirits. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you understand the true nature of Lucifer. Until next time.